Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of Modsauce, and I'm over here at the zombie mob farm. I got a few little projects that I want to get done today. But first I wanted to start with the Endermen Farm because I was down there trying to get the shard up to tier 5 and I found it really annoying that a lot of these Endermen kept escaping. And I couldn't figure out where, so then I started digging down underneath it and just went wild. Just made a lot of peek holes like this, made a channel and just looked in. Didn't find anything and closed it back up. I know they can't go in there, but I didn't want to mess up the place around here. Well, and then that actually didn't take me too long this time. I already dug once before I came down from up there, so I gotta close this up so nothing can come over here. I brought a lot of stone with me for that. And then I came over here and found this. And when you look on the map, we're almost directly underneath it. So, and of course, when I broke it open, there was about 4 or 5 Endermen waiting down here. And a lot of these whatever, these little flying things that there are now. Now, there's no way that I'm going to close this whole ravine here with... Actually, I haven't looked down here. Let's go down real quick. That I'm gonna close this up with sand because that's just gonna be crazy. And I'm having a little block lag here. I just wanted to show or see a pocket that should close, but I'm gonna might close this by hand before I get started. And there's also, it seems, oil down here. I'm not sure if that can burn up or not. Let's see how far it is. Oh my lord. Huge. Yeah, there seems to be a whole cave system here. Let's just explore a little further. Alright, so good. It ends here. And then probably... hopefully not too far this way. Wishful thinking. But this is here. Hey, how you doing, sir? Coming through, don't mind me. Oh boy. Alright, I might close some of this off by hand back here. These are easy to close. But I'm gonna show you guys now real quick. I made a floodgate. So I was thinking up where that limestone was, that I'm gonna set up the floodgate and then simply just submerge this entire place in water, and that should work. If I stay in the area long enough. I'm not gonna put a chunk loader. Whoops, I went the wrong way. I'm not gonna put a chunk loader here or something. I'm just gonna stay here, and that's actually the reason why I brought so much stone, because I wanted to replace a lot of this limestone down here. You see how much limestone there is up there, with this smooth stone, just to not leave any more holes. And I can pick up this limestone all over the place here and just replace it with stone so it's closed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and close off a lot of these branches over there by hand, and then set up the floodgate and then show you guys what's happening here. When you come down from up there, that's where I'm gonna set up that floodgate. That's where the stairs are. I started closing off a lot of holes this way, and I just came over here, wanted to close off a hole, and look what I've stumbled upon. So there's another room on this corner. The ravine goes this way and then branches out, and here's another room with all the abyssal stones. So I gotta close this off also, which is not gonna be as easy. Well, maybe if I break through here and then let the floodgate take care of it, I can do it. I just wanted to show you guys there's another room I gotta close off. It certainly turns out to be a much bigger project than I expected, but it's okay. It's actually fun. This is right above the middle of that abyssal rock that I found, and instead of coming from the side from the ravine, I just cut down from the top and I filled this now. And now when I go out here, I just gotta make sure there's no blocks like this one here that is 3 tall. So I'm just gonna close them up like this. This is also 3 tall. So There's only 2 tall blocks down here. And now let me show you guys what else I found. This is where the abyssal block was, and I closed that off, so that's completely filled with water. This right here shouldn't be a problem to fill, and it should spread over here. There was a cave going that way. I closed that up completely, and then I thought I only have this over here left, but then I broke through here and I found all this. There's a lot more space up here. Gonna just close this off. This doesn't need to be flooded. But then down here, when you go quite far, this is back where the abyssal block is, I think. I just dug in here, but I didn't want to break through. I checked the coordinates, and let me see here. Yeah, right here we're pretty much underneath. If I break up to the top, I should get into the water. So I'm just gonna close this off again over here. And then I was thinking of... That's good enough. This is just too tall. I'm not gonna close everything off. I just want to make sure no enderman can come down here. Alright, so I'm gonna fix this up in a bit. But what I was thinking is moving this down here now and filling this first, instead of all doing it at once. So I'm gonna just make an endless water source over here, and then set it up again and flood this part first. And then I close off the holes while this is flooding, and then pull a wall up here, and then flood this ravine in the end. So I think that should work out the best. And I'll show you guys when this is flooded. This floodgate is really awesome. It fills so fast. This only took 5 minutes and all this was filled. And I closed up over here, like I said. So now we got this big room left all the way down to here. And over here I closed off also. And it should be all below where I'm gonna put that floodgate over here. And I was thinking is I'm gonna set it there now and let it just run. This should all be filled over to here. And I am hoping that it will also spread to over here and up. But when it's done, I'm simply gonna swim over here, because I should be able to swim all the way over here and then see if this is covered also. And hopefully then we're done. I did a little more poke holes and stuff, and I didn't find anything else so far. But once it's done and I'll start the Endermen Farm, or the farming again, and they teleport away, then I'll know there's still something left. But it's okay. So I'll get this set up and show you guys when it's all done flooding. I'm all the way in the back of this tall cave that I said I was wondering if it's gonna flood it, and it worked out perfectly. There's nothing for Enderman actually. There is one spot I see there. Now there's no more. There's no more 3 high anything for them to stand on, and it worked out really nice. It was about a good 2 hours of work, but I think it's gonna be well worth it. I'm gonna take this down, put it in my bags, and then I'll see you guys in the Enderman Farm. I wanna try out if they're still gonna teleport now. This guy doesn't want to aggro. Hello, I'm over here. Thank you. So I've been here for a few minutes now, and I killed at least 20 so far, and none has teleported. So I am optimistic that filling all that down there with water fixed it, which is awesome, which makes this farm more efficient, and I get to the tier 5 shard quicker. So I'm gonna farm a little more, and then I'll meet you guys at spawn and show you what the other project is I want to work on today. Little change of plans. I want to change the power generation in the base, and we're gonna run on ender pearls, because it's just not efficient. And I explained to you when we're over at the setup why it just doesn't work out the way we set it up last. It does work out, it's just very slow, and I want it faster. So, a little story. I set up this fall damage platform thingy, whatever you want to call this, over at the base. And I didn't know that as soon as these endermen spawn, they can teleport if there's land. So I had it high up, at least 40-50 blocks high up. above the house pretty much. And then I looked and they were all teleporting around all over the island. So we still have a few stragglers running around. I couldn't find all of them to kill. And so I came over here to the ocean and just put it above water so they can teleport anywhere. And that's been working out nicely. And there's still... Why is there so many down there? Oh my lord, what is happening? Oh, we're gonna have to take a look at this. So they can teleport from here down there? I don't understand why. This is so high up. This is... I'm at 152. The platform, I think, is at 70. That is 82 blocks. Anyway. Let me break this, and you guys can tell I made a jetpack. And I'm afraid of landing down there, but if I don't look at them, they won't do anything to me. And now just make sure I don't hit them. Get all the stuff. I'm gonna leave this over here because I'm scared. Ah! I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of them because the ones from the tier 5 spawner don't despawn. Maybe I'll try some lava or something, but we'll take care of that in a minute. I wanted to pick up the cage and the shard. And I am so gonna make this the screenshot for this episode. I'll make sure they don't get mad at me. Oh my goodness. Alright, oops. Screenshot taken. I'll see you guys over in the house. So a few things have changed here since yesterday when we finished setting up the machines. You guys see I added a few item translocators because I've been processing a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of ingots that I processed already more. And this just makes 3 at a time, so you know the output is always clogged. And over here I just started processing a lot of gravel and clay. I have hooked up 3 stacks so far and we only got 4 more. This machine here takes incredible amount of power, I think. I haven't looked up, but it says here 400 joules. I forgot what the ratio is in RF, but we actually asked the admin to change the config over so it starts mechanism stuff. Hopefully soon we'll start showing RF instead of joules, because I think, what is it? I got it open right here. 5 joule is 2 RF. So that's kind of hard to convert, you know, it by your head constantly. Anyway, this takes a lot of power, so I set up 3 ender generators. This one's been over here on and off, so I just move it back and forth because this guy also takes a lot of power. And now here's a question for you guys. This blinking is a little annoying. Where's this coming from? Something doesn't get power. Anyway, let me just put a lever on here to turn off this blinking. Alright, now it stopped. So, I'm kind of lost here. When I look upstairs at the wind turbine... Good night, it doesn't matter. Just to... Excuse me, coming through. It shows here out 960 joules a tick. Get away from me, witch. Alright, I don't have time for you guys. So that thing generates 960 joules a tick. And this one right here generates 400 joules a tick max. So we need a wind turbine and then some to actually produce enough hydrogen for this to always run. Because if I have 2 machines running, the cube is actually draining after a while because this is emptying the hydrogen because this thing cannot keep up. So I added these 2 ender generators to really get this going. So this whole system here, I don't know. To me, this electrolytic separator just needs way too much power. So I wanna change this. And you guys see I have 3 ender generators already, and I prepared a bunch of other things here. 5 more ender generators, so we got 8. And then once we have that QED set up, so we can make an energy transfer node, we combine those 8 into one. What are they called? This right here, an ender generator. That's just only takes up 1 block, but we need to make these, which requires us to make a QED, and that's a little bit, few episodes down the line we're gonna do that. So, and of course I don't want to always fly over there and then have to mess with these Endermen. I, by the way, got rid of them all on the platform. I simply broke the platform and they all fell into the water and then drowned. We do have, you know, a lot of ender pearls, but we get a tier 5 spawner, so I prepared this area over here. You guys can probably tell what this is going to be. We're going to set up 4 grinders and then put the soul cage up there and have them auto spawn and get killed for the ender pearls, and then set it up so we have a power generation and so on. So first, what I want to do, you guys see here, I prepared the grinders and I prepared a lot of different conduits. We are going to go with Ender IO for this because I'm going to explain it to you in a second why. And we're going to set this up first, and then when all this cabling and so is done, then I'm going to upgrade this cube, and I'm also going to upgrade the universal cables to 2 higher. So there's a lot of power there. And then I'm going to tear all this down, and then we set up the 8 generators to start producing power and feeding the cube and get the grinder started. And then we'll take it from there. So let's go over here first. I want to show you guys. Oh, we can do that in a second. Let's place these 8 grinders. And why I'm going with Ender IO is because you can do all 3 things: fluid, items, and energy in 1 block space. So if I'm going to replace this later, for example, with dark glass and then put redstone lamps or something in here, and cursed earth floor or something, we can use this as a dark room also. Otherwise, the only way you can do this, what I'm about to do, is with tesseracts, because as soon as you put something, you know, next to it here, for example, for the items to come out, liquid on one side and power on the other, you're always gonna have a little light shine in. So I figured we're just gonna use Ender IO for this. It works nicely. And I don't know if I mentioned yet, but I did make a jetpack, and because I wanted to build that at spawn, a nice tower for our nether portal, which we're gonna do next episode. And I just wanted to be able to get up and down easier, and I mean, the recipe for these is... Oh, that's the wrong recipe. This is the recipe. It just takes 2 steel gas tanks. So this is dirt cheap to make, and we already had the electrolytic separator to do that. So here's going to be the barrels. This first one is where the ender pearls are going to go, and then I have 3 different heads that I've collected. One from, I forgot what, from Beheaded, one from another mod, and then Tinkers or something. I don't remember. All kinds of different ender head. And trophies. I don't know if we're gonna get any of that from the grinders, but I wanted them to be ready so we don't have any blockage. So let's start with 3 each, and that is really, really awesome, this mod for that. See, right now we're going down with the energy 1 each. Then you can put the item conduits on top of it, and then you can put the fluid right there. So you have all 3 pipes in 1 space, and they're set to outset. Good. I finished laying all the conduits, items coming down here, and from there they come over and they merge together with these 2 and go over to the 5 barrels. And the fluids, them in the back here, those are these right here that look like glass. They all come down here to this barrel, which is gonna store our mob essence. And I don't know if I want to make a Railcraft iron tank or something, but for now a barrel is fine. They're cheap to make, and we can always reuse the barrels if we don't need them here later on for something else. And the energy all is just connected here right now and there, because I wasn't sure where I want to bring it down. But I'm gonna show you guys over here what I did. That I cleared out the area right here. All the machines are in my inventory. And I figured that we're gonna set up, so let's just start with that right now. There's one that still has a charge, and these 7 don't. So I figured we're gonna put them like this. And then the Elite Energy Cube, I wanna put right here. I upgraded the cube that we had, and I also upgraded 40 of these cables to Elite. Just a little info here. I lost a few of the basic universal cables. You guys remember they were under covers over here? And I don't remember what I did, but I broke the covers and I could not wrench the cables. I couldn't get rid of them. I couldn't hit them, like they weren't there. And then I relogged and the cables were gone. So I lost them. I don't know, you know, some kind of glitch. But it doesn't matter. They're cheap to make. Put the output downwards of the cube. So now we got this, and now we just have to set up a bunch of these cables here. Of course, I place it in the front. There, there. Alright, so now they should all feed into this cube. Probably charging slightly, yeah, because of this first one that still had a charge. So that's draining. Okay, cool. And then out of this one, we're going... Ooh. How are we gonna do that? I think we're gonna need to make a second cube. I'll make that in a second. I'll show you guys why. Because I want to run, you know, mostly power with the mechanism cables because, well, I have them and I like them, so we're just gonna use that. And I'm gonna go up one here, and I'm just gonna put a cover from the other side so we can't look through, and then put covers right here. And I'm gonna run this all the way around here so we have a lot of room for the machines. And I'm gonna stop there for now. If I need to expand, I can come over here. Now, I'm running them one off the ground. The machines are gonna be on this height here, because I want to run complete Steve's Factory Manager for all these machines. We're not gonna get started with this episode. Maybe in the next or the after, we're gonna set up Steve's Factory Manager. I want them to handle everything, because it's nicer to having hoppers on top and output on the bottom, and you know, getting this all together. Steve's Factory Manager is a fun mod, and we haven't done that yet in any of my Let's Play series, so I wanted to show that off, and it's a fantastic mod. A lot of people are scared from it because it's hard to set it up, but it's really not. Maybe I can show you guys that it's not that hard. Anyways, so now I need to make a second cube, because I want to go, let me make some room. We have to come down here. And I cannot remove this torch because that's the light block for this carpenter block here. We can just switch that, that's fine. So I'm gonna run this wire down here. And then we're gonna set an energy cube right on here, another one. And then hook that up to the Ender IO power, because we gotta connect that somehow. So I'm just gonna craft up another energy cube real quick, and then we can continue there. And I'm lucky that we got 3 elite cables left, so that worked out nicely. Whoops. So I made the second cube, and I made the, what is it, the advanced, not the lowest one, because I want to make sure that we don't run out of power with that. That we can provide enough power, I should say. So let's go this guy, and how do we want to go with this? I think we're just gonna double this up. That works nicely. That power is connected. And that power is connected. So if I'm not mistaken, we're done down here in this room. And I just moved the torch in the carpenter's block one over. You can't see it from the top, so that's perfect. So let's close this up. And yes, now we gotta go put the barrel. That's the next thing we need to do. And I thought it'd be cool if we use that special upgrade. I forgot what the name is. How do I want to put it? I didn't think that one through. I gotta take off these stairs over here so I can run my pipe. There's perfect. We put it right there. So the B space upgrades here. What that does, it's gonna link that ender pearl barrel, this ender pearl barrel, to that one. I wanted to have that. I didn't want to run the items all the way to where they're gonna be used. This way we can also move this barrel later on to somewhere else, and they're still gonna be linked. And I've only done this once so far, but it worked nice. So you give them the first 2 upgrades, and then the B space upgrade. And you need two upgrades because the B space upgrade takes 2 slots. Did this one turn silver? Yes, it did. Okay. And then you're gonna use this tuning fork here. And is it shift right click? And you see now the fork starts resonating in chat. So it's linked to this one. And now we link it to that one. Barrels are resonating together. So now we can test this. Get a few ender pearls over here. Gotta bring them over anyway. And I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna put 1 stack in here. Now it's gonna show up the same over here. I put a stack in there. Gonna show up there. So these two share inventory. They're not 2 separate inventories. And lock this one. And this one automatically locks then too. Cool, I didn't know that. Wait, so let's put all these pearls in there. So now we got that, and now we run. I don't think we're gonna need any speed upgrades and stuff, but I'll keep my eye on it in case we do. Can I get out of here? Why am I getting so laggy right now? What's going on? Oh my god, what's going on with my FPS? Oh, 101 FPS, but I'm really laggy. Let me restart the game real quick. I'm not sure why my screen is still streaking or whatever you want to call this. It's really terrible. I'm not sure. Maybe I gotta restart my whole PC. I hope it's not too bad for the recording. But now we got the power going. Everything downstairs is power. You see the grinders are running already. Yep, they got all power. So now I think we are ready. Yep, let's set up the spawner. And I made a wireless lever for that. I have never used them before. And in case you guys haven't seen, it's just a block of redstone with a lever. And it'd be kind of cool that I don't need to run any rednet cables and so on. Oh, now that I'm thinking of it, you know what it could be? Maybe lighting updates. There's a problem maybe with the lighting updates. If you guys have any idea what could cause this right now, because it's really bugging me. I mean, this is terrible. Anyway, sidetracked. Let's go. And, well, the shard is inside. And when you take this wireless lever and you shift right click on a cage, there you go, you see the streak. And whenever you press shift with the lever in your hand, you see the streak going. So you know, that's pointing at this cage. So I figured we're gonna put that right over here. Let's place it, let's close the door and see if this works. And just as a precaution, I'm gonna put on my good chest plate. Just in case one of these knuckleheads decides to teleport through here or something. Let's see what's happening. They're all mad. Let's watch this here. 11, 13, so it does go up. Cool. Yeah, I didn't think that one through. This close. I'm gonna have to put some... what are they called? Sound mufflers over here. Because this is gonna get annoying. Alright, cool. So we got ender pearls, and I'm not gonna automate this for now. Maybe later on I'll figure out a way how to read a barrel. Okay. Sorry. This... You need to be quiet. This is a... Oh my lord, was that loud. Okay, so cool. And I'm just gonna turn it off for right now. So we're getting ender pearls. This is getting fed. And yeah, let's see how far this other cube over here is. Because this should be a lot of power now. Alright, this is almost full. Cool. I think MJ to RF. 1 MJ is 10 RF. And we have 6 million. So we got 60 million? RF already stored here? Is that right? Wow, that'd be nice. That's a lot of power. This is filling also. How much do we got? Jesus, already 21 buckets. It looks like these pipes can keep up. How full are these guys? They are empty. Okay. Well, we just have to give this time now. And I'm gonna go ahead and... Well, actually... we can set... Nah, I want to think about this for a moment, how I want to set up these machines, because I don't want to move them again and again and so on. So hopefully this time these covers will not mess up my universal cables. But let's close this up. And then I made a few of those. Close this up. And this. Alright, so now all holes are fixed, and I'm gonna figure out how I want to place these machines, and then we set them up again. I hope you guys are ready for a good laugh. I had this on for a minute just to get more ender pearls because it's, you know, already running low. And then I saw two endermen right over here next to the tank here, whatever you want to call this, enderman tank. And I'm like, how the heck did they get out? I started to throw a fit. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I counted the blocks and they should not, this is 5 away. They should not get out. Well, until I came to the backside and I noticed I never pulled up the glass here. So they spawned on top here and then just fell out. I thought that was pretty funny. Little derp here. But we'll just close this up so this can't happen anymore. And when you look on the inside, I placed 4 sound mufflers, and that makes it quiet. And I also found out what's causing the lag, and I am going to try to fix this here in a minute, and that is that transfer node right there. As soon as I break this, everything changes. It's smooth now. You guys might not be able to tell so much on the recording, but it's a very big difference. I don't know what's causing this to show this problem. Maybe because it's a B-space barrel. I'm not sure why. So I think that I'm going to replace all these here with the Ender IO item. I think that should be able to draw out of the barrel, but I'll set this up in 1 second. And over here, I wanted to show you guys, for now, we don't have Steve's Factory Manager. So I'm just pulling out items via the item conduit, and they all go into this chest. So whenever I put something somewhere, output can never get clogged up, and it all goes in this chest for now. And I did not want to show you guys, again, setting these machines up, placing them. You guys have seen me do this now, I think this area at least twice. And I fiddled around with this for quite a bit again to try to figure out, and I finally got it so I can put the tank next to it. So whatever you want to call this side right here, it's when you look at the big flat side with the hole, the right one. All the other 3 sides don't work for the hydrogen output. So now I can have a tank here and it's filling and it's already full. This is full. And this machine over here definitely works a lot faster now. This is nice. And I don't even have any upgrades. I put this in maybe 3-4 minutes ago tops, and it's already done with a stack. And remember, I only did 7 stacks altogether in hours when it was running on the other power. This cube is almost full. The drum downstairs was full within minutes. It's already full, 256 buckets. The cube is full. So, what? Oh yeah, I was gonna set up these real quick and see if that works instead of a transfer node. I've never used. I've always just used them for whatchamacallit, for machines that auto eject. Let's see real quick if these filled. No, it does not. Okay, so I cannot use this on to extract something. That's a bummer. Well, I should probably look a little bit closer. I noticed that, I didn't know that, honest, that when you right click this on the top, you get this GUI on these pipes. And you can then, instead of wrenching it, set it here, and it was set to active with signal. So I just set this to always active, and now it is actually pumping out the ender pearls into here. So we can use these pipes. I hope you guys weren't screaming at the monitor too hard, in case you guys knew about that. Alright, change. So now, and yeah, it doesn't cause any lag. Like, I'm not sure you know, why that node causes lag. I never had problems with nodes, but I'm guessing it must have something to do with this being a B-space barrel. And now let's turn this guy on, because we're out of ender pearls. Unbelievable how fast these guys are using it. But of course it also needed to charge 2 cubes and all the machines, and this is done processing. So yeah, lots going on here. And I guess we can check this real quick. I want to see if this actually auto extracts without me having to set up anything over here. Probably not, because these redstone signals. Okay. Let me... How do I get to this if I'm up here? Break this, I guess. Then I can click this. Active, always active. They're drawing it out now. No. Okay, so I need to eject this on and output slot green. Does that work? I wonder if these guys can only extract into an inventory. Auto eject, I mean. That would be a bummer if that doesn't work. Eject on, output bottom. Let me check this off. It doesn't... Wait a second. Really? Blue goes to the bottom. Now it works. Man, so many knucklehead moves. Sorry about that. And I just want to see if this works with signal. Probably not. What happens if I set it to auto eject? Then it doesn't work. Okay, so this can be off. Blue is down. And I just need to set this to always active, and then it draws it out. Cool. So that works. Hopefully you learned a little something too. I certainly did. Actually, now the more I'm using these Ender IO conduits, the more surprised I am about them. They're actually pretty good. Is still filling? No, it's actually draining. Wow. So just with the 4 grinders and this one thing running here, this is draining. How many machines do I need? How many generators? This is insane. Well, it's better than nothing right now. I'm gonna have to calculate how much power these mechanism cables can run, and these right here, I think the energy of the grinders, they should be efficient. I think, well, they're obviously only running, but they're using a lot of power. Well, I'm gonna have to do some calculating about that, but I'll do that between episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys one more thing before we end the episode. You have a sleepy. Alright, you guys burn up. I just wanted to give you guys an update out here. This mana pool has been full for a long time, so I'm gonna have to probably put a second one, because, you know, I don't want to waste the mana, and when we get going with more Botania, we can probably need all the mana we can get. And I think I showed you guys already, I have 2 of these oyster pearl thingies going down here to slowly start collecting some pearls for mariculture. And these 2 fish traps are insane. This has been full for a while now. I gotta bring a trash can down here and get rid of all this gobbledygook here. I've been only eating fish because you can cook all this up. I think this right here turns into salmon, but it doesn't matter. Fish is a good source, and look at the amount of bows. I think I'm just gonna put a a chest that spawns, so anybody that comes in has a free bow or something like that. And these books I'm gonna put over to, actually I might just use them to make the magic blocks, the magic wood, whatever that is called. We'll need a few of those eventually, but it's pretty neat, you know, all the free name tags and food and lily pads. Oh, ooh, rotten flesh, we don't have enough of that. Anyway, so yeah, definitely did not turn out this episode the way I expected it. I was gonna build something this time, but definitely next episode. And if I double the power downstairs, I'm just gonna do that between episodes, because I want to make sure I can have a lot of things running, because I want to put some upgrades into these mechanism machines. You know, stuff that is gonna process me a lot of gravel, or this over here is not even running right now. And it's still draining. I mean, it can't be that this is just these 4 grinders. That's insane. That can't be. Like I said, I do some calculating between episodes. Sorry to bug you with that. And yeah, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. As always, I appreciate a thumbs up. That is always very welcome. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so you get all the updates. Hey, guys, also, follow me on Twitter. I want to do more live streams and so on, and I'd love for you guys to stop by when I get them going. And on that note, until next time, take care everybody. Bye-bye.